What's up, guys? Today I'm showing you this cool little survival pouch thing that I put together that I think covers, most of your bases as far as, surviving a night or a couple out in the woods. Um, this is mainly meant for, you're going hiking, maybe you were camping, you decide to go on a little hour-long hike, something like that. You lose sight of the trail, and then an hour turns into 6 hours, and now it's getting dark, and you have no idea where you are. So this is kind of meant for that. I've been there. If I'm just at camp or whatever, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go explore a little bit. I don't want to carry a whole backpack with me. So I came up with this because you're probably gonna want water. If it's hot out, you're hiking. Regardless, you should just bring water with you anyways, even if it's a little chilly. So I came up with this idea. This is like a water bottle bag holder thing. um, and it's pretty cool. This one is by Nature Pioneer Outfitters. I like it because it's not too big. Like, it's not ginormous, but it has, some pockets here. It's got this front pocket and this main pocket, and then obviously the water bottle holder here. It does come with this paracord like holder, so you do have some emergency paracord with this. If you need to throw up a shelter or something, you can use this. Just unravel it, and it has this nice long shoulder strap to make it nice and easy to carry when you're out hiking. Because like the whole point of this is to be convenient and not like obtrusive. And this is just a super convenient way to hold water while you're out and about. And then you also got like a little survival kit in there. So first and foremost, we'll take a look at the water bottle itself. This is, let me loosen it a little bit. So this is just a single wall stainless steel water bottle. So you can, obviously I'll have this full of water when I'm out on a hike or whatever, because this is just going to be like how I carry my water when I'm hiking, because it's way easier than holding it in your hand the whole time. It'll have that shoulder strap. But this is great because you can actually boil water in this since it's just single wall. So went with that to, as a way to secure clean drinking water if you do get lost, but mainly because you want water when you're hiking. You're going to be working out, you're probably going to get thirsty. You should just have water on you. So we'll set that there for now. We'll start with this front pocket here. I only have one thing in there. I just have a compass. Obviously, compass is important so you know where you're going. If you do decide to go off trail, maybe checking the compass before you go so you know what direction you're going. So that way, if you do lose sight of the trail, you can just whip this out and go the other way. You actually, prevent being lost before you have to use the rest of the stuff. So I just keep that handy. Here, I just got, this is like some cheapo little compass, but it works. So we'll live with that. So in the main pocket, I have all kinds of stuff. So this little signaling mirror, right? Your primary thing when you're lost is you want to be found, ideally. You're not going to start a whole new life out in the woods. You're going to try to get found. So I have this little signaling mirror. It's got the film on it, so you can take that off and use it in an emergency. Signal for help. You see a plane or a helicopter, you can flash SOS at them. Whatever you need to. And then right up at top, I also have a whistle. It's a pretty decent little whistle. Warning to headphone users. Okay, well, I suck at whistling, so it works, believe me. So that's another way to get someone's attention. You just blow on this thing. Yeah, see, a little bit better. I'm trying not to blow your guys' eardrums out, but you do have to blow into it pretty good to get it to sound off. Bright orange. I tried to go with orange for most of these things because, you want to be able to find it easy, you know, if you drop it, something like that, because these things can literally save your life. So we have water, because water is important. You don't want to die of dehydration out there. And then we have signaling and a little bit of navigation, so you ideally don't get lost in the first place, but if you do, you can call for help. And then in here, this is going to be our little shelter piece. Just an emergency thermal blanket. Not exactly going to be living in luxury, but it'll certainly keep you from dying of hypothermia. You know, mix this with a fire, you know, on a cold night. It'll get you through the night, at least, so someone can rescue you. Next up, we'll just go with this. Is a bandana. It's a bright orange bandana. This one's kind of cool because it has like all these little survival tips on it. So you can kind of see, okay, well, I don't know. There's like animal tracks up here, so you can kind of, you know, if you do want to hunt, there's like some knots, how to tie different knots, you know, different information on that. Really cool bandana, also bright orange. You can use it as a flag, you know, whatever, wave it to try to get someone's attention, or, you know, hang it up to, you know, just kind of mark an area in general. Yeah, good to have a bandana. It's also good for like filtering dirty water, you know, if you hold it over this while you're in a stream, so you're not getting like all kinds of scum in your water or whatever. It's good for that too. You can use it for first aid. You can make char cloth with it. There's all kinds of different things you could do with that. So next up, we'll just have a Bic Lighter. Super simple, obviously. Fire at your fingertips is pretty important. It's cold out. You don't want to be messing with, you know, a bow drill fire or something. You just want to be able to just light a fire right away. And I got some Gorilla Tape on here. It's really good. It's flammable, so you can light the Gorilla Tape on fire and use it to help make a fire better. You can use it for gear repair, whatever you want to use it for. Great to have. Some Gorilla Tape. I went with Gorilla Tape instead of normal duct tape because Gorilla Tape is just better. So next up, we have the a Victorinox Camper. So you gotta have some tools. You just have to. I mean, for processing fire, if you are able to catch something, you know, to eat, then you're gonna need a way to process it so you can actually eat it. But this is a great little tool. It's got the main knife here, and then a smaller knife. This one does have the saw, which is good for start a fire. Again, you're going to need a way to process that wood down so you can start a fire easier. And then it's got obviously the flathead bottle opener, can opener, you know, when you run into those cans out in the middle of the woods, right? But this is good because it has tweezers. You know, you get a big old splinter. You don't want it to get infected or anything. You could pluck it out. And then it's got the toothpick, obviously. This one does have the corkscrew and the awl. So, good little tools to have. This one, it does not have the toothpick. I did replace it with a mini fire steel. This is from Fire Ant. I think that's what it is. I'll link it down in the description. But yeah, just a little mini fire steel, so you can. It's just kind of a backup emergency way, but you know, you can start a fire that way if you need to. Just use the back of the saw because it's a 90-degree angle, and you know, start an emergency fire that way. But it's good to have some kind of tools, you know, cutting tools especially, a saw, you know, knife, that kind of thing. Those are very important to have when you're out in the wilderness. So that's kind of the whole survival get up. Obviously, this is not usually all I have with me. When I'm out in the woods, chances are I have my fixed blade. I have a dedicated big fire steel. Usually I'll have, some kind of multi-tool or a pocket knife at the very least. So this one is the Paramilitary 2. Kind of teased it in the last episode if you watched that. But I love this knife. It's crew wear steel, very tough. It's super thick blade stock. I did put a different clip on here because I like the deep carry clip, and I just threw a little paracord pull on it. But I love this knife. It's a great knife. This one has been riding in my pocket and probably will for, the next, till I decide I want a new knife. But I really like this knife. I'm probably going to stick with it for a good long while here. So those are, this is my little survival get up, and I'll just put that there. Yeah, so I'm going to test it out. Obviously, I haven't used any of this stuff yet, but it is warming up, like I said in the last one. So we did have a random cold spell. I did want to go camping this weekend, but it's only like 60 degrees right now, so I don't really want to do that. So next weekend, maybe, go camping and bring all this with me and kind of test it out and see how it goes. So thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you did like it, or got some good ideas for your own little setup. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.